Channing, and I thank you. I sang Jerry Herman's Hello, Dolly on Broadway.
Yes, you did. Gosh. That's the night that the lights went out in Georgia. I'm just kidding, you guys, really. Never mind. My guests today have all sung the songs of composer Jerry Herman from shows like Hello, Dolly, Mame, La Cage aux Folles, so many others. And today we're going to meet the master himself, plus recording star Michael Feinstein, who's got a new album with Jerry. But first, please welcome three Broadway babes, Joanne Worley, Lorna Luft, and Carol Channing. Those are talk show shoes.
They help your mouth work. Oh, this is a pushy jacket. I'm sorry. And you being a good friend, I should never have worn this.
You do look rather bright.
Yes.
Now, Lorna and Kel Boots here.
Yes.
You're the only one here that hasn't done Dolly, aren't you?
I've never done Hello, Dolly.
How did that happen?
I don't know, but I mean, give me a minute, and I could go rehearse right now.
You're not old enough, is that what you're saying?
I don't
Sure,
think, no,
fine.
you know something? I don't think I don't think Dolly has an age.
No.
I really don't. I think
yeah.
it's such a universal piece, and I think that, first of all, that score is probably one of the greatest scores in the entire history of the American musical.
I will start the hand on that.
One of the great scores of all time. Yes.
We've got, Carol, you've got to have great Hello, Dolly stories. Did you ever have?
Hello, Dolly.
Yes, but I want to hear the
Oh,
dirt.
thank you.
I want to hear the disaster. First of all, you did how many performances? 1,000?
No, we lost count after over 3,000 performances.
Over 3,000?
Yes, we went all over the world, and we just, also, we never played to an empty seat. Isn't that heaven?
I know you did.
That's a nice feeling, isn't
You
it?
little money maker, you.
Jerry Herman did it, the words and the music.
I know, but tell us horror stories.
Oh, a horror story?
Yeah,
the first one that comes to my mind, the first one, Vicki, is Before the Parade Passes By. Now, I've heard you sing that. It isn't as if she hasn't sung the entire score. She just never got paid
She just
for
never
it.
did.
Benefits.
Oh,
Yes,
for us.
So, Lorna Luft, we were singing Passes By, and there's a ramp in Hello, Dolly.
Right.
Yes. So I went down on the ramp and walked right off it into the audience in the St. James Theater in New York. Into the audience, I dropped into a fat. She was the sweetest, softest. That I landed in her lap and I bounced and came up and thought, now I've got to get back up there, and the chorus was still singing it. So I thought, I know, I'll go up the aisle and I'll go around to the back to the stage door and come back in. I went up the aisle where the policeman is with the horse out in front, you know, and he said, you ought to be better. I said, no, I'm gonna. So I went back to the stage, I knocked on the stage door, and the stage door man, he said, who is it? With the door locked. I said, Carol Channing. He said, oh, no, she's on stage. Right now, she's on stage. So I thought, there was no, I ran on the aisle.
Are they still singing
They're
on stage?
still singing. Well, you know how long that number is. And then they go, you know, they modge. Don't you love that in Nashville? When you modulate, they modge in Nashville.
They
modge up, you know? So they
go up a key.
Yeah, that's it. So they're still singing, and the chorus formed a line by holding each other's waist down on stage right, and I was standing there, and Charlie Carroll reached for me. He pulled me up, and the chorus pulled up. He pulled, and he said, everybody hang back, and I got to the center stage for Passes By. I thought, well, of course, it's going to take the house down. They'll think it's the most remarkable thing they ever saw. And no, they just applauded. They thought
that was the way the number was. Yeah.
Interesting choreography.
Very interesting.
Isn't that the end? Yes.
Now, what's the skunk story? Are you outside performing?
Dolly story.
Yeah, right.
And I was at Melody Top in Milwaukee. You know, the tent. It was outside, but it had a big cover on it. And I was doing, we were in the hat shop scene. And all of a sudden, it was in the round. And all of a sudden, the audience was going, like a wave. And I'm doing the lines and going, Japanese. That's all my accents are Japanese, but you know what I mean. They were talking when they shouldn't have been. And I look up the aisle and I see a skunk running, dashing, and as it went under the people's legs, they went, woo! People like this, and they go all the way around, and it was getting closer and closer. Sure enough, it came down on stage, and it sprayed on Mrs. Malloy. Yes! Right on her. Well, it was dreadful, as you know.
Of course, because she's the ingenue.
She sprayed on me.
No, but you can do that to comics, but not ingenue.
I know. I said, did Carol Channing send this skunk? No, what happened, I said, it was such a bad smell. I said to the audience, I said, first of all, I said, oh, darling, Mrs. Malloy, you really must go change your gown because that cologne is a little heavy. And what we're going to do, we're all going to leave for a while and we'll come back. They had to air it out. It was that bad. But you know my solution for the skunks? They were coming in there because people would eat popcorn. And it was going around eating it, going, oh, yeah, here's more popcorn. And so I said, take popcorn and all way out, about 50 yards around the theater, make a big circle. And they just went there and ate their popcorn, and they never bothered us again. Isn't that good?
Well, very good thing.
Yes. Well, do you have horror stories like this?
No, I don't have any horror stories. When I did a wonderful tour called Jerry Herman's Broadway Years. And, you know, call me crazy, but I like to work on a stage. And so we were on this tour in Florida, and we pulled up to this one place. Be a wonderful theater, and it was a tennis court.
Uh-oh.
And I said, tennis court. I said, what do you mean a tennis court? They said, well, we put down some AstroTurf. And Leroy Reams said, I have to tap. He said, well, I have to do Tap Your Troubles Away. They said, well, you could do that on AstroTurf. You have never heard such phone calls to Jerry Herman in your life. What are we going to do? Oh, my God! I want a tennis court, Jerry! What are we going to do?
You're lucky it was a tennis court.
No, well.
We had rodeo grounds. Mr. Merrick booked us in rodeo grounds.
Say to David Merrick.
Yes, he did. Mr. Merrick, you can't say David.
Mr. Merrick.
That's sacrilege.
That's true.
You had to work out there where the horse poopies were, you mean?
No, no.
Leave it to you to pick up the good words.
Rodeo? I don't know. What's the...
No, you see, it wasn't big enough. He said, I'm sending you out on tour because the St. James Theater in New York is too small. It was 2,700, and he said, too small. We will get, so then I realized why he sent us on tour.
So in huge arenas is what you use.
Huge arenas.
Oh, but if anybody could do it, you can. Now, listen, I think that it is time to meet the man that we've been talking about. He has won Tony Awards, he's won Grammy Awards, he's in the Songwriters Hall of Fame. I can't find anybody who will say a bad word about him, so let's get him out here. Please welcome the legendary Jerry Herman.
Thank you.
There are so many things to talk to Jerry about. One of these women actually told me that he gave her a diamond ring. We'll get to the bottom of that when we come back.
I think I know the answer to that one.
Yeah? You think? I was just going to say, I have a large ring finger.
What's that on there?
Today, instead of a plain old Raisin Bran, Shirley discovered
Raisin Nut Bran.
a hearty, nuttier taste.
Nut-covered raisins all it takes.
Why stop at raisins when you can go nuts? Try Raisin Nut Bran.
You mean if I call my son in college the most, Sprint pays half?
Now there's a new reason to switch to the most.
What if I told you he goes to college in Japan?
No problem. Call anyone, anywhere, anytime, and Sprint will split the bill on the person you call most.
I don't suppose there's anything you could do about his tuition bill.
Sorry, we have to draw the line somewhere.
Call now and save 50% with Sprint's calling plan, the most.
Let us celebrate this supper with merriment, with song, with crescent rolls.
Did someone forget the crescent rolls?
Don't worry, they're
right here.
Pillsbury Crescent rolls are one tradition you don't want to forget this Christmas. So warm and flaky, they've got that fresh from the oven taste everybody loves. Make sure you remember them at your Christmas feast.
And we're thankful for this delicious food. Let's eat.
It's coming to your town, to your street. It's even coming to your home. The worst flu in years. Soaring fever, racking cough, severe body ache. For flu this tough, you'll need maximum strength Theraflu. No hot liquid medicine is more powerful, made to relieve your worst flu symptoms in nighttime or new daytime non-drowsy formula. Maximum strength Theraflu. It's tougher than the toughest flu.
It's party time, people. So pick up those party platters. Pick up some pickles, some Vlasic pickles. Pick up your poultry, your pot roast. Save a pickle platter. But be sure and pick the Pypic pickle. Pick a Vlasic. The Pypic pickle for piking it up.
For I'll be all dolled up and singing that song that says you dog. I told you so. So wave your little hand and whisper so long, dearie. Dearie should have said so long ago. Because you treated me so rotten and rough. I've had enough of feeling low. So wave your little hand and whisper so long, dearie. Dearie should have said so long ago.
That's Jerry in the background.
That was you two cutes on the Mike Douglas Show in 19... We are back with Carol Channing, Lorna Luft, Joanne Worley, and our guest of honor today, Jerry Herman. And you write words, music, everything, which is unusual, isn't it?
Yes, and it's kind of lonesome, Vicki, because I don't have anybody to say, what do you think of that?
Yeah.
To, you know, the way Candor and Ebb do. They can talk to each other.
So where do you get your feedback?
I talk to myself a lot.
Do you? Yeah, I'm so sorry.
Yeah, it's sad, yeah.
So who'd you give the diamond ring to?
Oh. I have to tell you, Vicki, when Jerry wrote Hello, Dolly, he was in his early 20s, and nobody had any respect for him because he was so young. And he would say, whatever he'd suggest, they would say, oh, what do you know, you little thing, you're just so young. And so I said, he was over 30 years old, I told everybody. And Jerry, all of a sudden, stupid people, they began listening to him. And they said, yeah, oh, you really think so? And they would listen, and they thought, well, he must have a lot of experience. So after the whole tour was over, I think it was 8 years all together, one tour and another, and a world tour and all that, Jerry gave me this diamond for keeping my trap shut and never telling me how young he was.
That's how all women get their diamonds.
By keeping their trap shut.
Watch it. Just watch it.
Tell us about putting Angela Lansbury in Mame.
Well, when we were casting Mame, our darling Carol Channing was busy with Dolly, and so she was not available, and we started looking at every other lady in show business. And one day I said, why don't you get Angela Lansbury to fly in and let's see what she looks like. I once saw her in a musical, and I thought she was great, and producers thought I was crazy.
Did you know her?
No, I never met her. I had seen her in Anyone Can Whistle, a musical that just ran a short time, but she was terrific in it. So they did it as a favor to me. They really didn't think it was a good idea, the producers. And there at my door arrived Angela Lansbury, and I knew the second I opened the door that she would
she was Mame.
That she was Mame. And so I made a pact with her. I taught her 2 songs from the score. None of the other ladies who auditioned had the privilege of knowing those songs. So we went into the Winter Garden Theater. I snuck down into the pit and got to the piano. The producers didn't know that I was down there. And she got up on stage, and she was the only voice that had ever sung those 2 songs except mine. And that's not very pretty, you know. And so there she was, singing these songs with somebody playing them in the pit. And they fell out of their seats. She got the role, and then I waved at them from the pit.
Gave them the thumbs up.
And
Good choice, men.
Oh, yeah. And that's how she got the part.
So you have to battle the suits just like everybody else,
Like everybody else.
Oh, yeah.
Like
Always
everybody else.
Still?
Not as much
Not now.
anymore. You know, they kind of listen to me now. But I was a kid, and Carol knows better than anybody that experience in this business makes you respected.
Yes.
Not really talent or work, but experience. And I didn't have it at that time. But it was a wonderful experience.
So does Angela pretty much thank you for changing the course of her career?
Oh, yeah. We became darling friends, and it made a glamorous singing star out of what had already been a great character actress.
Yeah, but just a character actress.
But it changed her image to this glamorous, gorgeous lady with a big belt voice. And
so who else auditioned?
Well,
Well, what? Who?
Present company accepted.
Well, I didn't know that you were. You
I was
Carol?
a child. I was a babe.
But you were Carol's understudy in.
Vicki, here's the difference. I was a standby. Do you know the difference between a standby and an understudy? $500 a week.
Do you know, I told her, I said, Joanne, you'll never go on, but you're such good company that we'd like to have you around. So I told him, she never did.
I never went. I was working at Second City, getting 2 paychecks at the same.
Were you?
Yes. Are you kidding? I didn't want you. I wanted you on that stage because it would have been the worst thing to go on there. People saved money for months to go see Hello, Dolly with Carol Channing. I didn't want them to say, and now, ladies and gentlemen, Joanne Worley. Whoa! They'd be out of there. Oh,
So
give me my money back.
how long did you stand by for her?
Well, I barely stood by. Maybe 6 months.
Yes, ma'am. Mr. Merritt finally decided he was wasting a salary, and I told him he was.
You never missed
She
the
told
performance?
me.
I didn't have an understudy after
She
that.
never missed a
No, but you see, equity usually says you have to have one, so we just didn't tell him.
And I was really present, I think, because they had to fulfill the equity rule. And I had just done Carnival for American Hour Champion.
This lady went on with toothaches, cold. It just didn't
With
matter.
my foot
She
in the
went
cast,
right on.
with a patch on my eye.
That lady in the audience. You were probably ill.
And you know, it only makes the audiences so dear when you do that. They feel grateful, don't they?
Yes.
I mean, I came out and said, I can't talk, I can't say a word. And they all applauded to let me know that they could hear me.
She had her arm in a sling one performance. They loved it.
They were darling, and they brought remedies for me, and they had, I mean, people do that. We were playing someplace in South Carolina. Uncle Jeb's remedy from the mountains came down with a candle, and I took every one of them. And one of them worked. But
Either that or you were so bombed you didn't care. Well, we have to take a little break now, but when we come back, we're going to find out which one of our ladies was on Richard Nixon's hate list. And if you are really good kids, Joanne and I just might sing you a song. We'll be back. We might.
Celebrities get into the spirit of Christmas with Vicki. Bob and Dolores Hope reminisce about Christmases past. Wendy and Carney Wilson harmonize your holiday favorites. Maureen McGovern sings Christmas songs.
Have a good life.
Ed McMahon whips up a not-so-traditional holiday dish and a special holiday appearance by Celine Dion.
Don't forget to watch.
Celebrate Christmas with some of your favorite stars on the next Vicki.
Levy and Gruen, attorneys.
When you or a loved one are seriously hurt by the carelessness of a doctor or hospital, call Levy and Gruen. We know it's difficult for you to believe that a trusted professional was negligent.
Don't try to guess if someone made a mistake in your medical care. Let Levy and Gruen evaluate and handle your claim. Rely on us. We can help.
Call to discuss your medical malpractice claim, 861-5555.
Now, Cleveland, you can save hundreds, even thousands of dollars on your next carpet purchase because we have brought the carpet capital of the world right to you in Mentor. Discount Carpet Outlet of Georgia has brought hundreds of select rolls of carpet from our huge warehouse in Dalton, Georgia at discount outlet prices. At our store, you not only get great values, You also get expert installation that will ensure long life to your carpet. Come see us today at Discount Carpet of Georgia, 7260 Lakeshore Boulevard.
Something new from Velveeta. Hey, all you cooks, take a look, me oh my oh. Here's something nice for your rice you'll want to try oh. Just add some broccoli and then some Velveeta. For a cheesy rice dish that's sure hard to beat up.
Someone dies. An accident? An act of God? Perhaps, but maybe it's a wrongful death for which the family should be compensated. Bill, Phil, and Sandell can help you. Call us at 696-LAWS without obligation to discuss your case.
Supermodel Christie Brinkley. On the next Maury Povich show, spend a day in the life of a cover girl.
My waistline's just so small, none of these belts seem to fit.
See how it all began. Plus, Christie tells you about the time she was attacked by elephants.
The Englishman saying, her.
And the scoop on Billy Joel. Plus, the winner of the Ford Supermodel Contest. On the next Maury.
Today at 4 on Channel 3.
With Carol Channing and Lorna Luft, Joanne Worley, and Jerry Herman. Now, Carol, you were on Richard Nixon's hate list?
Yes, isn't that a shame?
How'd that happen? It's a dreadful shame. What did you do?
Well, I have to ask you, are you proud of me?
Of course.
Oh, you are?
Sure.
Okay, you know, some people really think he's quite something. They, you know.
Well, but I mean, to be on a president's hate list, that's kind of cool, isn't it?
Well, yes, and there were no A's or B's. I mean, I was the first one on the list because my name is Channing, Carol Channing. You look so blank, Vicki.
I usually do.
Anyway, I gave a diamond to Mrs. Nixon. I can't figure out what... Mrs. Nixon, it was during Watergate, and I was to give a to entertain the First Lady. So I did. And I said, you sure she wants me? I've caused a lot of trouble. No, she wanted me. So there she walked out during Watergate, and I thought, oh, gee, she's lovely. It was sort of like, I will uphold the United States for as long as they need me. It was beautiful. And my heart went out to her. We all just wanted to cry. I gave her my diamond. I had to think, now, this is my diamond award. You know, I have my diamond award. I'm my own judge and jury. And I gave her my diamond award for making friends all the way from Africa to China, which I thought was pretty good to think of that.
Carol, I'm so lost. How did you get on the hate list?
I'm telling you now, Vicki. What's wrong with Vicki? You're following it. Aren't you following it? You see, they know where I am.
You do?
Well, I'm going to...
Could you explain it to me? How did she get on the hate list?
She's from Africa to China right now.
They gave this lady her own show.
I don't know what they were thinking.
I borrowed that line from you.
Well, now listen, Joanne, you and I thought we heard it and I just didn't get it.
You asked me.
We didn't hear it.
Well, now I want to say, all right, I gave her my diamond award.
Yeah.
Okay, she took the diamond award home.
Yeah.
The next day, the hate list came out, and all I could figure is that Nixon had the ring appraised. They get the point.
You knew there'd be a punchline.
Vicki, there's something called a punchline.
You know that story?
For her.
There's got to be a pony in here somewhere.
You're just hanging.
Yes, and there's a horse's ass, too. You and I have been friends for like too long.
Well, actually, our husbands have knew each other before us because Roger was at Universal as a contract player.
How is Roger?
Oh, he's just fine.
Well,
you know, we dated for many years before. I dated a lot of people in Hollywood. You didn't ever date Roger, did you? You went with every girl.
Roger, but Al was a grip over at Universal.
Well, I know Al very well. He and I were very good friends.
How well?
Very well.
Well, I think that you and I should go spend a little time alone because girlfriends
I'm taller than you.
Now and again.
I could deal with this.
I'd like to have a little word alone with you.
All right.
Yes.
What would you like to discuss,
I
Vicki?
don't know.
Well, our friendship. You know, we're lucky. We've been friends for so long, and it's the wonderful thing about our friendship, Vicki, is that we can say anything to each other.
Yes. Just Careful what you say, Joanne.
We'll always be bosom buddies, friends, sisters, and pals. We'll always be bosom buddies. If life should reject you, there's me to protect you.
If I say that your tongue is vicious.
Oh, if I call you uncouth, it's simply that. Who else but a bosom buddy will sit down and tell you the truth? Go ahead.
Though now and again I'm aware that my candid opinion may sting.
Though often my frank observations might scald. You know, I've been meaning to tell you for years, Vicki, you should keep your hair natural, like mine.
If I kept my hair natural like yours, Joanne, I'd be bald. But, darling,
we'll always be dear companions.
My crony.
My mate. We'll always be harmonizing.
Oh, God, we're good. Orphan Annie and Sandy, like Amos and Andy. If I say that your sense of style's as far off as your youth,
retro.
It's simply that. Who else but a bosom buddy will tell you the whole stinking truth?
I feel it's my duty to tell you. It's time you adjust to your age. You see, you try to be pig of my heart when you're Lady Macbeth. Exactly how old are you, Vicki? Now, come on, tell us the truth.
How old do you think?
I'd say somewhere between 40 and death.
But, sweetie, I'll always be Alice Toklas if you'll be Gertrude Stein. And though I'll admit I dished you, I gossip and gloated, but I'm so devoted.
And if I say that sex and guts made you into a star, it's simply that. Who else but a bosom buddy will tell you how rotten you are? Who else but a bosom buddy will sit down and level, will give you the devil, will sit down and tell you the truth?
We're going to be right back. Oh, come on. Get out of the way. We're going to be right back with Michael Feinstein. He's got plenty to say about Jerry and his new bosom buddy, Katharine Hepburn. Female beauty pageants have been done to death, and we here at The Vicki Show think it's time to turn the tables. We're looking for male contestants to be in our Mr. Vicki contest. Send a videotape of your gorgeous bod and include a sample of your talent to 3000 West Alameda Avenue, Burbank, California, 91523. And one of the most important qualities, guys, you must have a sense of humor.
I'm too sexy for my shirt. Too sexy for my shirt. So sexy it hurts.
Delicious. Heinz Homestyle. There's nothing in the gravy but gravy.
My hemorrhoids hurt so much, I was afraid I needed surgery. But my doctor said they weren't serious, and it's time I used Preparation H.
Preparation H helps relieve the symptoms of inflamed hemorrhoidal tissues, often bringing relief from itching, burning, and painful irritation for hours. Doctor recommended Preparation H.
Hey, Remington, shave this. Introducing the Remington Triple Foil, the only shaver with 3 narrow microscreens. Remington Triple Foil. If you can grow it, we can shave it.
Did you worry about perming your hair? Not with Lilt for total condition. With conditioners built in every step of the way. It's the worry-free perm.
Today are Carol Channing and Lorna Luft, Joanne Worley and Jerry Herman. And joining us now is a multi-talented performer and a recording artist whose latest project is an album that he just recorded with Jerry Herman. Please help me welcome Michael Feinstein. He's bounding with the floor. Bound on down there.
How you doing?
Good.
Joy.
Kisses on you.
Oh, you guys are so showbiz. Michael, you started at did all piano players start at weddings? Is that like a prerequisite that you start at weddings and bar mitzvahs?
I played lots of weddings,
right?
bar mitzvahs, blisses.
Yeah.
2 people know what that is. Started playing at the age of 5.
But now, did you start by doing a Louis Armstrong impersonation?
Oh, well, I used to do, for our family gatherings for bar mitzvahs and weddings, I would do my juvenile impression of Louis Armstrong. You know. Oh, where is it? Oh, yeah, that's me. That's me.
Adorable.
Pudging. I do. Hello, Dolly. This is Louis. Dolly. It used to get a big reaction from the relatives. I never dreamt that I'd be working with Jerry when I was a kid singing Hello, Dolly.
Now, did you meet Jerry when you were doing the Algonquin?
Yes, I was working at the Algonquin, and I never told you this, but we'd gotten a reservation like 2 weeks before Paul Newman was coming in. It turned out to be a dentist from Alabama. You know, and then there was a reservation for Robert Redford, and he never showed, so by the time they said Jerry Herman was coming, I didn't believe it.
Yes.
You know, and then Jerry was there, and I was doing a medley of songs from Mac and Mabel, and I saw the expression on your face, and I couldn't tell if it was great emotion or if you were disgusted by what I was doing, because it was so...
Or if you just needed to go to the bathroom.
But anyway, that's when we met.
And was he disgusted, or...?
I think he was happy.
For real?
Didn't I come back and tell you that I
Oh, yes,
thought
you
it was...
did. Yes, he most
And speaking of coming backstage, Carol, you have a wonderful story about Irving Berlin coming backstage.
He came 3 times a week, Irving Berlin, to see Hello, Dolly, just for the Dolly number. He'd go in standing room with 2 young men to hold him up, 1 on each side. He was so old, and nobody ever saw Irving Berlin. And do you know that the house manager said, would you like to meet Jerry Herman? He's always in Carol's dressing room. And he said yes, and he came back. He walked right past me, opened the door, paid no attention to me, went straight to Jerry, and he said, young man, you are the future of Broadway. And he walked out. Isn't that wonderful?
You want to talk about the thrill of a lifetime? That was it.
I would
because
imagine.
he was my idol.
Oh, sure. I would imagine he's every
People hadn't
songwriter's
seen him
idol.
for 50 years, Vicki.
Yeah.
I mean, he just stayed alone. Oh, wasn't that something?
Oh.
Yeah.
Did he really talk like...
Did he really talk like this?
Listen, speaking of idols and things, did you do a movie with Katharine Hepburn? Is that correct?
Yes, I did. Very recently, I did.
What did you do with her?
Well, I did a cameo in a new movie called This Can't Be Love that'll be on next Valentine's Day, and
What is she like?
she was wonderful. I got to have dinner with her, and to make conversation, I said, you know, Miss Hepburn, I have a couple of your recordings, because she was complimenting me on mine. I said, I have some of your Cole Porter songs. She says, well, tell me something. How bad are they? I said, well, I like them. She says, well, of course you'd say that to me. And then she said, what other odd things do you collect? She was wonderful. Just wonderful. I should have done that at the bar mitzvah.
Quickly down the line, I want to know who your musical inspiration was growing up.
Bing Crosby.
Bing Crosby.
Yeah.
And was Irving Berlin indeed?
Irving Berlin was the first musical I had ever been taken to, was Annie Get Your Gun. And I wanted just more than anything in the world to do that.
Yes. Oh,
to
I
write
hated
songs
that show. Those
that
guns
people
scared
would
the
be
hell
able
out
to
of me.
hum. You know?
Yes. Joanne?
Well, I think Ethel Merman, for heaven's sake, because she's big and loud and would just do it, and that's pretty much what I do.
That's what Rogers always said. You just do it.
I know. And well.
I would have to say Harold Arlen.
Really?
Yes, because...
Not your mommy?
Yeah, my mother, but I mean, as far as, you know, musical influences around my house and things like that, I would have to say that her influence was Harold Arlen.
Yes. And Carol, did you have a musical influence, a favorite?
Ethel Waters. Oh, she was enormous. She walked down to the front and she sang Supper Time.
That's a great imitation, Carol. Sounded just like Ethel Waters.
We're going to take a break, but don't go anywhere because we're going to hear from Lorna Luft about the unforgettable night that she spent with Jerry and what she went through to make it happen. We'll be back. Bob Hope and his lovely wife Dolores are here. Also joining us are Carney and Wendy Wilson, Maureen McGovern, Celine Dion, and Ed McMahon. No, it is not Circus of the Stars. It is Vicki's Celebrity Christmas.
Salon style and hold, Sassoon style.
It's you, in control, it's you, going places.
Sassoon stylists around the world insist that styling products mustn't damage hair. Vidal Sassoon styling products are enriched with protein and a UV protective.
We'll give you the hair,
Sassoon hair.
you take it from there.
Protected every day.
We'll give you the hair, you take it from there. Vidal Sassoon.
Nothing takes the place of hard work. That's what my dad used to tell me when I was growing up here in Cleveland. I'm Bill Scafidi, General Manager at Channel 3. We've been working harder than ever to build a television station that cares about what you think. And now the results are in. More than 50,000 people just like you have switched to Channel 3 News in the past year. So I want to thank you for watching and calling. We're going to keep working hard because at Channel 3, we're building our station around you.
Supermodel Kim Alexis, anchorwoman Paula Zahn, and actress Susan Rattan share secrets on how you can juggle both motherhood and career. On the next Donahue, how has giving birth changed their lives? How are they coping with being both celebrities and new moms? Mothers everywhere, don't miss this. Find out from celebrities how you can survive being working moms. Next Donahue.
Today at 5 on Channel 3.
Hi, everybody. I'm Connie Deacon from Channel 3 News. Along with your holiday mail this season, why don't you send along a little hope? Every time you use a Christmas seal on a gift or a card, you help fight America's third leading cause of death, lung disease. To get your seals, call 781-5656. Because when you can't breathe, nothing else matters. Channel 3 and the Lung Association want you to send along a little hope with your holiday mail this season. Thank you.
Coming up on the next Entertainment Tonight, he raced speedboats at 130 miles per hour. He was set on fire in the film Backraft. And if you think that's dangerous, wait till you hear what stunts Kurt Russell pulled off in his new film Tombstone. Plus, could the Osmonds be making a comeback? Forget Donnie. Marie has teamed up with her son Stephen in The Sound of Music, and the critics are going wild. The hills are alive with The Sound of Osmonds on the next E.T.
Tonight at 7:30 on Channel 3.
Take it on the road, whatever it is. Welcome back, kids. Today we're talking to some of our very favorite Broadway stars, Carol Channing, Lorna Luft, Joanne Worley, Jerry Herman, and Michael Feinstein. So, Lorna, tell us about the unforgettable night with Jer.
This was an unforgettable night. I was doing, and still am doing, the national tour of Guys and Dolls. And I was in Toronto, and I got a call from Jerry, and he said, how would you like to play the Hollywood Bowl? Because they are honoring me. The Hollywood Bowl is going to do a night of all of my music. And my heart stopped because that's probably one of the greatest venues that you can ever play. And I said I would be there if it killed me. And I did my 2 shows on the Saturday. I didn't go to sleep. I got on a plane at 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. I flew to Los Angeles. I went straight from the airport to the Hollywood Bowl, and we did the show. That night, we did the dress rehearsal, and we did the main show the next night. And I got back on a plane the next night and flew back so I could be back at Guys and Dolls. But I promise you, it was one of the most amazing experiences I've ever been through because there was so much love and respect and sheer adoration on that stage for Jerry Herman. We all of us came from other places. Carol came from we all went out of our way. We said we would kill to be with him on that night, and we were there for you. Yes.
Can you, now, I wouldn't have missed that night
for anything.
The song that you're going to sing for us today, did you sing this song that night?
I sang that at the Hollywood Bowl,
And
yeah.
Jerry, would you like to set the song up for Lorna?
Yes, it's from Mac and Mabel, which is one of my favorite offspring. And it's a song that Mabel sings when she's leaving Mac. She stands on the prow of a ship on her way to Europe, and she is trying to forget him. And...
Well, I think we should probably hear this song, kids.
Oh, yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, singing Time Heals Everything from Mac and Mabel, which is your favorite score, I believe, isn't it? Here is Lorna Luft.
Time heals everything. Tuesday, Thursday. Time heals everything. April, August. If I'm patient, the break will mend. And one fine morning, the hurt will end. So make the moments fly, autumn, winter. I'll forget you by next year, some year. Though we tell that I'm going through some Tuesday, Thursday, April, August, autumn, winter, next year, some year. Time heals everything. Time heals everything but loving you. Tuesday, Thursday, April, August. If I'm patient, the break will mend. And one fine morning, the hurt will end. So make the moments fly, autumn, winter. I'll forget you by next year, some year. Though we tell that I'm going through some Tuesday, Thursday, April, August, autumn, winter. Next year, some year, time heals everything. Time heals everything. But loving you.
Gonna tickle those ivories. We'll be back.
Songbirds 50s and 60s, the bopping game full of the groovin' hits.
Lollipop, lollipop, ooh.
Just complete the lyrics, and you're on your way to platinum. Songburst 50s and 60s.
You're kidding me. Sprint's gonna give me half off the person I call most?
Just in time for the holidays, a special offer with the most.
Well, they didn't have to do that.
It's just Sprint's way of saying happy holidays. They'll split the bill on whoever you call most.
Well, see, now I feel bad. I didn't get them anything.
Why don't you just give them a call?
Call before December 31st and save 50% with Sprint's calling plan, the most.
Keeping up with these kids means keeping alert. So if you're suffering from sinus pain and pressure, you can't take a sinus medicine that can make you drowsy. Sudafed Sinus has a maximum strength pain reliever and the non-drowsy decongestant in Sudafed to relieve painful sinus symptoms fast, so you stay alert and ahead of the kids. Sudafed Sinus clears you up fast without slowing you down. And clear up your worst colds with Sudafed Severe Cold Formula.
I was blown away when my dentist told me I had tartar. Doctor, I said, I use regular baking soda toothpaste. My teeth feel clean. Jakey said, it's not enough. Use new tartar control Crest with baking soda and your teeth will be cleaner.
Now you can get the clean feeling of baking soda and proven tartar control from Crest in a toothpaste that prevents tartar better than regular baking soda toothpaste.
So I brushed with tartar control Crest with baking soda, and my next visit's great. I finally cleaned up my act.
A smart choice from the dentist's choice.
I can't believe you still have this.
You know me.
Vanilla.
Love this coffee. It reminds me of...
Don't tell me. Paris. Cafes.
The coffee.
The waiters.
French Vanilla Cafe from General Foods International Coffees. Rich, creamy tasting coffee with a hint of vanilla flavor.
Whatever happened to what's his name?
Regular and new sugar-free French Vanilla Cafe.
Celebrate the moments of your life.
If you've had excess gas when taking these, try Citracel. All other powdered fibers contain psyllium, which may initially cause gas and bloating. But Citracel's fiber is as effective without producing gas. Citracel, effective relief without the gas.
This year I get to celebrate Christmas with a really nice bunch of people. Bob and Dolores Hope, Celine Dion, Wendy and Carney Phillips, Ed McMahon, and Maureen McGovern. Celebrity Christmas on the next Vicki. Join us. We're back. Let's chat a moment with Jerry Herman and Michael Feinstein. Guys, can you tell us about this album?
Sure. This is an album that features Jerry playing the piano. It's of course, a whole album of his songs, and I do the vocals. And I wanted to do an album featuring the composer at the keyboard because it's always a very special way that a creator plays his songs.
Yes. And you guys did this album live.
We did it live. You know, today everything is overdubbing, but everything that we did was live and in very few takes, really.
And I think it's the definitive album of my work because it was done that way. And there are no extras. It's me playing, Michael singing his heart out, and we love it a lot.
And you wore your Jerry Herman tie.
Yes, Nicole Miller, Hello Dolly, May, Mac and Mabel, The Best of Times Is Now, La Cage.
Very cool. So now the name of the album is?
Michael Feinstein sings the Jerry Herman Songbook. And
well, what a fabulous idea for a title, guys, really.
We thought hard about that title, you know.
And you're going to do for us what?
A medley from Mame.
Oh, cool beans. Hit it, guys.
Light the candle, get the ice out, roll the rug up. It's today, though it may not be anyone's birthday, and though it's far from the 4th of July, I know that this very minute has history in it. We're here. It's a time for making merry, and so I'm for making hay. Tune the grand up, dance your shoes off, strike the band up. It's today. Did she need a stronger hand? Did she need a lighter touch? Was I soft or was I tough? Did I give enough? Did I give too much? At the moment that she needed me, did I ever turn away? Would I be there when she called, if she walked into my life today? Haul out the heart, Put up the tree before my spirit falls again. Fill up the stocking. I may be rushing things, but deck the halls again now. For we need a little Christmas right this very minute. Candles in the window, carols at the spinet. Yes, we need a little Christmas right this very minute. It hasn't snowed a single flurry, but Santa dear, we're in a hurry. So climb down the chimney, turn on the brightest string of lights I've ever seen. Slice up the fruit cake. It's time we hung some tinsel on that evergreen bough. Music, need a little laughter, need a little singing, ringing through the rafter, and we need a little snappy, happy ever after, need a little Christmas. No, there's a thank you can give life if you live life all the way. Tune the grand up, call the cops out, strike the band up, pull the stops out, hallelujah. It's today. Yeah. Mr. Aaron. Thank you, sir.
We're back.
From Warner Brothers Family Entertainment, 2 new holiday gift ideas. Give your family something special with one of the most heartwarming films of the year.
I love you, Willie.
The story of a remarkable friendship.
Go, Willie!
Free Willy. And bring home the fun with a lovable menace named Dennis. The outrageous John Hughes comedy directed by Nick Castle. Dennis the Menace. Free Willy and Dennis the Menace. 2 great gifts at a price you can afford. For sale wherever videos are sold.
She was from a fine family and came to Hollywood to be a star.
Her dream was to be an actress.
She lived in the most talked about apartment house on the Sunset Strip, and when she died there, she left a Rolodex filled with celebrity names and a message from Heidi Fleiss, cops say, on her answering machine. The mystery of the Sunset Madam on the next To Current Affair.
Tonight at 7 on Channel 3.
Hi, everybody. I'm Connie Deacon.
And I'm Judd Hambrick. Channel 3 is again helping local charities by supporting the Caring Sharing Holiday Collection Program. And we need your help.
Drop off your canned goods, your personal care or baby items, or make a cash donation now until December 24th.
Look for a display at any Stop and Shop or throughout downtown.
Or you can stop by the Gingerbread House on Public Square. For more information, call 621-3300.
Thanks, Cleveland.
What's next on Springer?
I couldn't believe what I was seeing. There are men who tell me they're making a living working as female models. They say it's the latest trend.
It takes a little bit longer time to promote us.
This teenage boy wants to work as a female model.
I would rather model as a woman. It's more fun.
There's no woman in here who wants to look like you people up there.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure there are.
Men modeling as women.
Next, Jerry Springer.
Tomorrow morning at 10 on Channel 3.
Channel 3's Amy Haston.
The truth is, all-weather radar is not the same. Some tracking systems have up to a 7-minute delay in bringing you fresh information. And when severe weather threatens your family's safety, that's just not quick enough. Doppler 3 radar scans the skies in less than a minute and shows it to you live. So you get an accurate picture of the storm and more time to prepare for it. Doppler 3 works faster to help save lives because at Channel 3, we're building our station around you.
Turn up the colors in your wash with new Ultra Vivid Powdered Bleach with Color Care.
Finding the clues to a murder can be puzzling. Solve the puzzle and you solve the crime. Clue mystery puzzles. Solve them piece by piece.
Well, this hour has flown by. Michael's, this is Michael's mommy and daddy. Mr. Michael's dad and Mrs. Ryan. Are you too proud of him?
Yes, very proud.
Oh, it's good to see you. And this is Charles Lowe, and he happens to be married to the wacky Carol Channing for how many years?
Only 35.
You guys are too adorable. It's 38! Thanks to all of you guys. It's 38. Oh, Carol is correcting you. It's 38.
It seemed like 35.
It's just flown by. I want to thank all of you guys. It's been so much fun talking to you. And the name of the new album is Michael Feinstein Sings the Jerry Herman Songbook. And play us out, Maestro, please.
The best of times is now. What's left of summer but a faded rose? The best of times is now. As for tomorrow, well, who knows? Who knows? Who knows? So hold this moment fast and live and love as hard as you know how. And make this moment last, because the best of times is now, is now, is now, now, not some forgotten yesterday.
I happen to be a very lucky man. A very lucky man. Christie Brinkley is here. She's going to announce the winner of the Supermodel of America search next.
Coming up tonight on Channel 3 News at 6. It is the busiest shopping time of the year, and shoplifters are busier than ever. We'll take you undercover to investigate how they operate and how much it costs consumers to catch them.
And we'll tell you who will be held responsible for the shooting of a child who found a loaded gun in his room.
And some local seniors kicked up their heels in a Christmas chorus line.
Join us tonight for Channel 3 News at 6.
Introducing Block Bottom Prices. Shop Block Brothers holiday sale for all your bed and bath needs. Sheet sets regularly $25, on sale starting at $9.90. Thirsty bath towels regular $10 each, now 2 for $9.90. Comforters and bedspreads regular $60, starting at $19.90. And Feather sleeping pillows regular $20, now $9.90. For Block Bottom Prices, come to Block Brothers holiday sale. Hurry, sale ends soon.
Have you ever sat in a medical waiting room wondering what really goes on behind closed doors? Usually nothing bad, but occasionally a patient is harmed due to malpractice. Call me if you think you have a malpractice case. Let us open the doors for you.
Heath's hat got him banned from class, but Harvey's didn't turn heads at all. Can clothes be racist? Next, Sally.
Tomorrow morning at 9 on Channel 3.
Cloudy tonight, our low 35, Doppler 3 weather at 6.
This is my worst part of the day, believe me. I mean, Michael is doing my hair and Karen with the makeup. I mean, I have to do this every day. For 15 minutes, just for 15 minutes. I hate it. I hate it. But if you want to be a fashion model, you got to be in front of this for more than 15 minutes. It might take hours. And it's not glitz and glamour.
You're right, Maury, but there's a lot more to modeling than just sitting around in the chair. And we're going to take you there.
That's right. Christie Brinkley is here. Up-and-coming cover girls are here. It's the Ford Supermodel Search for All America. And it's next right here on the Maury Povich Show. You know, I think we all have heard. I think when we talk about entertainment, when we talk about fashion, we've all heard of being discovered. Well, today, we are going to see it happen live. For the past few months, the Ford Modeling Agency and CoverGirl Cosmetics have met with 10,000 young women from across the country searching for their next supermodel. Their top 6 picks are here today, and today on the show, one young woman's dream will come true. A chance for a Ford modeling contract, but being a cover girl and a supermodel isn't all fun and games.
You better work. You better work.
Well, no, not. I wouldn't say that. But thank you.
When you go on a shoot, what would you say? How many rolls of film do they shoot?
Hundreds and hundreds of rolls of film.
Now, I say that because once a year, I have to go for like a publicity session, and they take like 10 rolls of film.
Right, and they always say, just one more.
Yeah, yeah, but I want to tell you, after 10 rolls, I go, I can't stand this. And you're saying you can be on a shoot where hundreds of rolls of film are taken.
Yeah, but you get into it, you know. I mean, well, sometimes I'm actually thinking about my grocery list, you know, but otherwise, if it's like an editorial shoot or a CoverGirl shoot, you really are trying to work with the photographer and thinking about how you can contribute to the shot and maybe come up with some moves that'll fit the page. Like with CoverGirl, you know that they'll show you a picture ahead of time. They've done these little sketches that are always kind of like...
But you've been in this a long time, and I still can see your enthusiasm. What was it for you in the beginning? How were you discovered, and were you as enthusiastic then as you are now?
Well, in the beginning, I was more scared than enthusiastic because it's a daunting thing, you know. But I had sort of a storybook discovery. I never set out.
It really was.
Yeah, I didn't set out to be a model.
You were discovered.
Yes, yes.
I mean, literally discovered.
Walking down the street, I didn't have a telephone at the time. I was living in Paris. And we used to go to the telephoning office to make calls. So a fellow had seen me in there, and he got an assignment. He was a photographer. So he went back to wait at the telephone office for me to come and make another phone call. And so I walked in, and there he was, and he said, "Oh, I've been looking for you. I need you for this campaign that I'm doing."
This is a French photographer?
He was an American living in Paris, and I thought, what a line,
Now, I'm looking at, yeah. And is this one of the first headshots?
That is.
Huh?
Yes. And it's so funny because you see...
There it is. That's one of the first headshots of Christie Brinkley that anyone ever saw.
And I had stick straight hair, right? But they crimped my hair. And at the time, I came out of the very all-natural school, so I never had makeup on. When I did this shot, I remember walking out of the studio that day, walking home via all my friends' homes, so I could walk in and go, look, it doesn't look anything like me.
Was that the last time you ever had your hair like that?
Oh, no, many times.
Oh, okay. All right. Now, and so that's the first. Now, if we want to talk about, for instance, my gosh, the strangest place you've ever done a shoot. You went to Kenya, right?
Oh, Kenya was fantastic, incredible, beautiful. But, well, I had an experience which this doesn't actually capture exactly what happened, but we were attacked by a herd. This is one single elephant, okay? But the day before...
And there you go. You're not around for long, right?
The day before, the camera crew actually dropped their cameras and fled the other way, left me out there with... And I was with this very eccentric Englishman who had spent the lunch right before we went out into the bush telling me about how elephants can wrap their trunks around your head and rip your head off or kneel on you and stab you with a tusk.
And there comes one, right?
And here we are now with a herd of mother elephants protecting their babies. I had my daughter Alexa in the car, and I'm up on the roof, right? And the camera people drop the camera, and off they go, and there I am, and the Englishman saying, purr, like this. Says, it calms them. So I was trembling.
I like that. But that sounds sexy. I like that. Good. You've been with CoverGirl 20 years. I mean, that's
just about
like forever.
20 years. Yeah.
I mean, for one person to be tied to one particular product for 20 years, why?
Because they had the excellent taste to discover me right away.
Was that one of your first big
Yeah, they were right there at
accounts?
the beginning when I first came back to America. And
You haven't changed much.
That what you're watching right now is one of the earlier ones. That one's about in the middle now. That one's a little bit closer to now. But it's
How do you
been
tell,
a
Christie, by
wonderful
the teeth? I mean, how do you do that? How do you know? I can't tell you from...
This one was really out there for CoverGirl. That one, you know,
great.
really changed my face. But it's been wonderful. We've gone all over from my very first thing that I did for CoverGirl, actually. They fill out a form. Do you ride? Do you do this? Do you do that? And I just put yes, yes, yes on everything. I love riding horses now, but at the time, I didn't know the first thing about it. So we get out there. I'm on a horse, I have 2 male models, and I'm supposed to like trot up to the camera and say something like, oh, my skin feels so fresh and clean, and then trot off, right? Meanwhile, they put me on an English horse, there's no horn, I'm from the West, nothing to hang on to. 4 reins, it's like, what do I do with these? And so I go to walk up, and they swing a reflector around, and the horse shied away from it and took off, and the 2 male models said, we'll rescue her, and off they go. Well, my horse has the other horses, it thinks it's a race, and so the cover girl people just saw me disappear over the hill.
That's great. There's so much to talk to Christie about. I want to find out, for instance, why she is, believe it or not, when it comes to Sports Illustrated, the king and the queen, the only person in the history of Sports Illustrated, 3 straight swimsuit covers after this. And later, young women compete for a coveted Ford modeling contract and their chance to be the next Christie Brinkley.
My Lender's Bagels. You know, I start my day every day with a toasted Lender's Bagel.
This is what I was craving.
And imagine, only 2 grams of fat.
Nothing like a Lender's Bagel.
Lender's Bagels. First you crave, then you rave.
What if I bring you something for that nasty cold with a touch of honey and lemon and soothing Vicks Vapor?
That'd be good.
What if it relieved your sniffling, sneezing, coughing, aching, stuffy head fever so you can rest?
That'd be NyQuil.
New NyQuil Hot Therapy.
When I stay at my aunt's, she tells me stories with shadows. I love her. Sometimes I pretend I fly in her hands. We float above her house. It's covered with snow and very, very cold. I want to give her a present, something warm.
Isotoner's unique fit surrounds the hand in warmth to protect what you cherish.
There's a new pet.
Chia.
Chia Pet, the pottery that grows. It's fun and easy. Soak your chia, spread the seeds, keep it watered, and watch it grow. And now grow a whole collection of fun with chia teddy bears, puppies, kittens, rams, bulls, turtles, bunnies, and a chia tree to keep your pets company. Chia Pets and Trees, the pottery that grows.
Chia Pets and Trees at Revco, First National, Hills, and Discount Drug Mart makes a great gift. It takes a special touch to make a cool, creamy Dairy Queen holiday cake. So why do we go to all this trouble?
We treat you right.
Alexa Ray, Alexa Ray, you know it's by your side I will stay. Hey, that is why you are my Alexa Ray.
Well, we all know who Alexa Ray is now, right? Alexa Ray, where did that name come from? How did you and Billy figure that one out?
I don't know. Actually, the Alexa, we don't know where that came from. We just liked it. But the Ray is for Ray Charles, who Billy and I both idolize. Yeah. And she's got so much soul like Ray, so it really fits.
Well, she is. And guess what? If you take a real close look, I think you see a little of Billy as well as a lot of you, right? You can see that. What's it like? I mean, here you are and your husband. Your husband is one of the great songsmiths of all time. And here you are at the top of your field. What's that like? Who gets more attention?
Well, it's not a question of who gets more attention. I mean, if you, well, you know, you've got one of those.
No, I don't know.
We were actually in a store once, and it was like small aisles, and we had the groceries and all of that, and this woman came up behind us, and there were a bunch of people asking Billy for his autograph. And this woman came up behind and she said, "Oh, I bet Christie feels awful because nobody's asking her for hers." But it's not that, you know. It's like he gets a lot of attention, I'll get attention other times, but we're mainly trying not to get the attention.
Yeah. But guess what? I bet you get attention from all the guys. And what's that make him feel like?
He loves it. He always says,
Really?
"I dig that."
I don't know about that. I'm trying to... No, it's okay. It's all right. I want to talk about Sports Illustrated. I mean, did you think that you would make the cover the first time?
No. Bathing suit modeling was the furthest thing from my mind. When I went on that first job for Sports Illustrated, I was in a total panic. And I remember getting on the beach, and I had on this little bathing suit, and it was like, now, where do I put my hands? What do I do? I don't know where they go. And I'm moving them around, and the editor goes, "Look at her moves. It's fabulous."
That's good. Yeah.
So, you know, it was like something that just happened. And when I got the cover, I didn't even know what a big deal it was. And then when I got the second cover, by then I was beginning to see the impact that that had. And then the third cover, it was like, you know.
I mean, three-peat. I mean,
Yes.
that's what it is.
Yeah, yeah. It certainly does a lot for your career.
I bet. The swimsuit itself became rather famous, didn't it?
Which one?
Well, I heard, this is what I heard. I don't know if it was the first, second, or third, but wasn't a swimsuit auctioned off recently that you wore for Sports
yes.
Illustrated? And brought
actually,
thousands of dollars? Well,
from the
I'd be there. I'd be one of the
actually,
ones.
it was the swimsuit that I wore in my best-selling poster. That,
oh, it was the swimsuit from the poster,
yes.
which, by the way, broke all records, too.
Yes, that did pretty
Let
well.
us say that. Okay. That was auctioned off, as I understand. There's the... Wow. What was it that got old Billy involved with you? Was it that poster, or was that before or after you met Billy Joel?
You know, I don't really remember. The
Where
only
did you
thing I
meet
remember
him?
about that shot was, "Suck in your stomach, suck in your stomach."
Yeah. It's like, I'm wearing this overflowing silk shirt, and I'm sucking in my stomach. I'm sucking that stomach just to get through this
You know
day.
what, Maury, I am too under this jacket.
Where did you meet Billy?
I met him in St. Bart's, the beautiful island of St. Bart's in the Caribbean. And he was on his first holiday that he had taken in like 20 years. And I was down there on a shoot for Glamour magazine. And I went into the bar of the hotel after I'd had dinner. I went in just to
He picked you up in the bar?
Well,
I want this to be
not
true.
Really, not really. And he was sitting at a piano, sort of, you know, just fiddling around on the piano. And the photographer came running over to me and he said, "This is the guy for you. He's got the greatest sense of humor. He's so funny. He's just great." I said, "No. I am not looking to get involved right now, you know." And it was funny because Whitney Houston was there and Elle McPherson. And it was really funny because Billy had spotted me like the day before, and he said that he always wanted to meet me from having seen me in a picture that he liked. And so Whitney Houston comes over. He's thinking, okay, I've got it made. I'm at the piano. This is where I'm in control. Here comes Christie Brinkley. And Whitney Houston comes over and says, "You know, I'm going to be a singer someday, and I'd like to play a little song." And he's like, "Not now, kid."
That's very good. I like that.
But she actually sat down and started singing "Respect," you know, by Aretha Franklin.
Sure.
Everybody was blown away. And
so that was
kind
the
of,
beginning.
So it blew his like little thing that he had going there. But a few months later, we got together, and
that's great.
You know.
That's terrific. Before we, let me ask this now. Alexa, she sees you in the most gorgeous pictures. Does she want to be a model? Would you let her be a model?
Well, I would let her do whatever she wants to do. But she is so, I mean, she's just so talented in so many areas. She's got the most amazing voice. She sings all the time. She's been singing since the day she was born. She modulates. She can have vibrato or just a pure voice. She paints like, I mean, It's between her and Matisse as my favorite artist.
No partiality here, is there, at all?
But I mean, she really, and she's so smart. I mean, she's just, you know, so.
Oh, Alexa, you have no problem living in this world. Not with your mommy and daddy. Now, before we break, I want to break, you mentioned Elle Macpherson.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me that you all are envious of each other. It's like cat fights. It's just competition. There's jealousy and envy, and you and Elle Macpherson and Cindy and all the other great
Absolutely, it's exactly like that.
Yeah, I want to.
Not.
No. You're all friendly. All know each other. I mean.
Well, you know, in the beginning, when you're starting out modeling, you're grouped together with a lot of girls, and you're working together. And then, as your career goes along, you're mainly booked alone.
Lauren told me the same thing.
Yes.
And she said that because we had the people who were well over 40, and we kind of had a reunion here, and they kind of loved it because they remember when they first got together, when they were first discovered, and that they kind of grew up with each other. So what you're saying is, that's the way it is with you.
Yeah, and it's not true. People would love to think that when models do get together that they hate each other, but it's really not true. You know, I think that the top models know their little niche that they've created, and they know that there's enough work out there for the handful of girls that have made it to that point. Yeah.
Great. When we come back, we're going to meet the 6 young women. Believe it or not, what they're looking for is to be the next Christie Brinkley. They won their local competitions. They were flown into New York City yesterday. Only one will be chosen, the Ford Supermodel of America. Which one do you think it'll be?
I am the very model of a modern major general. I've information, vegetable, animal, and mineral about binomial theorem. I'm teeming with a lot of news, with many cheerful facts about the square of the hypotenuse. With many cheerful facts about the square of the hypotenuse. With many cheerful facts about the square of the hypotenuse. With many cheerful facts about the square of the hypotenuse.
Cheer with advanced color guard. Dirt goes, color stays. Great for cotton, too.
1985.
1968. 74. I'll tell you the worst winter. 78. I dumped 33 tons of salt in 27 straight hours.
Every winter around here is a pain, and you know where.
For over 30 winters, Ice Guard has always been there to pull us through, and it still is. BP Super 93 with Ice Guard. Like all BP gasolines, Ice Guard prevents fuel line freeze, guaranteed. You go, or BP pays the toll.
Well, I'll tell you, I wish there was Ice Guard for this bucket. Keep my water from freezing.
BP on the move.
Let's make something different for Santa this year. Jello Jigglers.
Yeah! Jiggler bells, jiggler stars, jigglers all the way.
Santa loves Jigglers. Use your favorite holiday cookie cutters in the recipe on a box of Jello brand gelatin.
Oh, what fun these jigglers are when Santa's on his way. Hey!
Santa won't come till you're in bed. Happy holidays from Jello brand gelatin. Santa won't miss just one. Oh, Bill, oh boy.
Presenting the Smart Clapper.
How smart could it be?
Clap twice to turn one appliance on or off. 3 times for another. It knows the difference. Plug 2 appliances into the Smart Clapper, then plug it into any outlet. Switch to away for added security. It turns TV or lights on at the first sound it hears.
Clap on, clap off, clap on, clap off.
The Smart Clapper.
The Smart Clapper at Revco, Rite Aid, Hills, and Kmart makes a great gift.
Channel 3's Amy Haston.
The truth is, all-weather radar is not the same. Some tracking systems have up to a 7-minute delay in bringing you fresh information. And when severe weather threatens your family's safety, that's just not quick enough. Doppler 3 radar scans the skies in less than a minute and shows it to you live. So you get an accurate picture of the storm and more time to prepare for it. Doppler 3 works faster to help save lives because at Channel 3, we're building our station around you.
It's been a year-long search by the Ford Modeling Agency and CoverGirl Cosmetics. They're looking for their next supermodel of America. And today on our show, one young woman's dream will come true.
Mm-hmm, yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm, yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm, yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm, yeah, yeah.
Today, right here on our show, they'll compete to become America's newest supermodel. The fresh new face, turning heads all over town.
When I saw her.
Pictures here?
It's true of Lauren Hutton.
Yeah.
Everybody turned Lauren Hutton down. But there's something about her, you know, that I just couldn't resist her, that's all. It's there.
And the one who wins today, what could happen to them?
Well...
This over here, right here?
Well, that can happen. You get to go with Sports Illustrated, you get to sign, you know, get on a cover of Mademoiselle, you get, you know, to sign with CoverGirl.
I mean, this is big time stuff. If you're the supermodel of America.
You get to go around the world, look.
Right.
How many places can you go? You know, Christie said, we were in Kenya, you know, oh, this,
Is there
oh,
a
that.
place you haven't been?
No.
I bet not.
It's great.
We
It's
have
a
6
wonderful life.
young women today from 6 areas of the country. They are all hoping to get their big break today. So let's find out who they are as we see them step in front of the camera. First, this is Caroline Grasso. She is from Marco Island, Florida, 19 years old.
Caroline is wearing an elongated thermal knit t-shirt dress by Cesar Galindo.
There you go. Boom, good job. Very good. That's it.
All right. This is Lucia Tarafa from Appleton, Wisconsin, and Lucia is 18 years old.
And Lucia is wearing the Heidi look from Byron Lars. This look is updated with hot pants.
Okay. Come on out. Gotta go. No smile, no smile. Just for good girl. Very good. That's it. Very nice. There you go. Good girl.
This is Danielle Flaherty, and she's from Hingham, Massachusetts. She is 16 years old.
Danielle is wearing a Rodney Von Telford red riding jacket over striped pants.
There you go. That's pretty. No smiles now. That's nice. Very nice.
This is Jennifer Davis, and she is from Dallas, Texas, and Jennifer is 16.
Jennifer's wearing a medieval-inspired swing coat by Christian Francis Roth. She also has on tights and red platform shoes. Oh, black platform shoes and red tights.
Good girl. Two hands right in the hair. That's it. Beautiful. Very nice.
She's got a great run.
That's it.
Next is Jamie DeYoung, and Jamie is from Thousand Oaks, California, and she's 17 years old.
Jamie's wearing an Anasui vintage granny dress with a purple crop bolero jacket.
Beautiful. Very nice.
And finally, we have Delcinia Griffin, and she is from Hampton, Virginia, and she is 23 years old.
And Delcinia is wearing a Christian Francis Roth hand-pieced argyle vest with a purple knit shirt over a magenta miniskirt.
Good girl. Very good. Right to the camera, right to the camera. Boom. There you go.
We're already caucusing here. How about this? Everybody's looking, whatever this is. Now, I want to tell you something, Eileen. We don't have much time here, but I thought they all looked great. I mean, take them all.
Well, I probably will.
Okay, there we go. What happens to the young woman who wins here today? When we come back, we're going to talk with the young woman who won on our show last year, and we're going to see how her life has changed when we come back.
The winner of Supermodel of the United States is Tori Terrell.
There you go. How about that? All right. Come on up with it.
A promotional fee has been provided by...
Turn up the colors in your wash with new Ultra Vivid Powdered Bleach with Color Care.
Coming up tonight on Channel 3 News at 6.
What do you do when you can't find that one special toy that your child wants for Christmas? In the first of a series of reports, we'll give you some helpful hints so you can survive this season.
And what would provoke a group of students to vandalize a teacher's home and then set off some pipe bombs?
And you won't believe how two robbers made off with thousands of dollars of cigarettes from a local company.
Join us tonight at 6.
All across America, people have discovered Plus White, the fast, easy way to remove stains from their teeth. Plus White, with the oxygenating action most dentists use to whiten teeth. It even removes coffee and tobacco stains. Plus White, it whitens teeth as no toothpaste can. Get it.
Kathy, you got your hair color highlighted. I did it myself with Washington shampoo. But what if you change your mind? It's temporary. It comes out in just one washing. One washing? What fun trying different colors. Washington shampoo, it's easy, it's fun.
Tim and Kate moved to the West Coast 3 years ago. It seemed like ages since we had seen them, so naturally, we were excited they were coming home for the holidays. Well, they had a little surprise for us. Two great parents who'll soon be terrific grandparents. Aren't those the most beautiful words?
Come to the Things Remembered store in your mall for engraved holiday gifts that say something.
Double Power Whisk versus Tide Ultra. Whisk is concentrated, really thick. Tide is thin by comparison. They both wash the same amount of laundry, so how come there's so much more Tide? You need more Tide to wash as much as Whisk, because Whisk is more powerful. It's thicker. Whisk gets out your tough stains better than ever. Concentrated Double Power Whisk. It's smaller, it's thicker. It's the best whisk ever.
She was from a fine family and came to Hollywood to be a star.
Her dream was to be an actress.
She lived in the most talked-about apartment house on the Sunset Strip, and when she died there, she left a Rolodex filled with celebrity names and a message from Heidi Fleiss, cops say, on her answering machine. The mystery of the Sunset Madam on the next to Current Affair.
Tonight at 7 on Channel 3.
Well, it's been quite a year for the young woman who won the Supermodel of America competition on our show last summer. A few months later, she went up against beautiful women from all over the planet in the Supermodel of the World competition. She took third runner-up, winning a $75,000 modeling contract. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome back to the show, Tori Terrell. Well, we've just seen 6 young women who want to be you.
Right.
I mean, that's what they want to be.
Yeah.
So tell them what it's like the last year.
Oh, it's been very exciting. Right after I graduated from high school.
Oh, no, it wasn't. You went back home. Nobody called. You never went anywhere.
Oh, no. It was great. It was so exciting. I graduated from school on Friday. Then I was here Monday.
High school?
From high school.
Right.
Then we came here. We did the contest here. And ever since then, it's just been great. So exciting.
Well, where have you been?
I've been to Milan, New York, Miami, California, everywhere.
And have you been working?
I've been working, yes.
Yeah?
Quite a bit.
She doesn't go anywhere that she doesn't get paid to go.
Right.
That's true.
You make a lot of money?
Yeah, I have. The money is great. That's
I mean, what's great? Is it like $100 an hour, $200 an hour? What would you say?
It depends. I mean, you can go anywhere from $4,000, $6,000 a day, from $125 an hour. It depends.
Oh, wow. My gosh. And so where would you say you are now? I mean, is it to the point where you go other places? Do you stay in this country? Do you go overseas?
I've been overseas. I can work just about anywhere in California, New York. Also in Europe, I haven't been to Paris yet. So when I did go to Milan, I worked a lot. I did a lot of the shows there and magazines.
Yeah, I heard there was one particular photographer who liked you, right?
Yeah, I worked a lot with Fabrizio Ferri. Yeah.
Sounds nice. I assume he's a big shot, right?
Yeah, he's pretty big.
He's a big shot.
And so where have your pictures appeared? As I understand it, like catalogs are big time. That's the big...
Right. In California, catalogs are really popular. You can work a lot with catalogs. I've worked for Marabella, Amica, also Glamour. Magazine.
That's all in the last year?
Yeah, so far.
Gosh. Eileen, how do models get known? I mean, she has a great start. Sure, she wins the contest, so therefore she's on a pedestal of a bit. So a lot of people want to see what she looks like. But then how do you get known after that?
Then you get on a plane. If you want to get known, you travel. We spent time getting her book together first, after she won. And then we brought her here and she worked for the magazines. Then she went back to California for reasons best known to Tori, but she did, and stayed there quite a while.
Yeah.
So what are we saying? She may have stayed there too long? In other words, once you make a commitment to do this, and you get the great start that she did by winning the contest, boy, you almost have to say to yourself, what? I got to give up my life, my personal life?
You do. There's no question of it. Modeling is full-time. And the longer you put it off, the smaller are your chances. However, she did get herself together and got to Milan, and she's on her way back to Milan in the first part of July. And then she's going to Paris. But what you do to get known is, first we get the book, then we send them to see the editors like Nikki from Mademoiselle or Julie from Sports Illustrated in fond hopes and joyful anticipation, of course, that they're going to book them.
Right.
And when they do, then the book gets bigger and bigger. And then we send them abroad.
And when you say your book, you're talking about your portfolio.
Scrapbook, portfolio.
Right.
You can't get those pictures out of town. You can only get them in fashion centers.
So you had a tough time kind of breaking away from your roots.
I had a tough time breaking away from like family and friends, because right out of high school you go and, like she said, you have to go with both your feet in, and it takes a lot out of you. I mean, you miss home and everything.
So now it's what, after this it's bye-bye America for a while?
For a little while, yes.
Okay.
She's not coming home.
If you don't live in New York, LA, or some other metropolis, but you want to become a fashion model, how do you get started? We're going to tell you when we come back after this.
My Lender's Bagels. You know, I start my day every day with a toasted Lender's Bagel.
This is what I was craving.
And imagine, only 2 grams of fat.
Nothing like a Lender's Bagel.
Lender's Bagels. First you crave, then you rave.
Are you tired of that dog food already? Here's something different, sweetie.
Sudden changes in your dog's diet can sometimes lead to stomach discomfort. So feed your dog a consistent diet of one nutritious dog food. Purina Dog Chow, every day.
What makes everything so lip-smacking? Lip-smacking, oh good. Cool Whip's the one with that rich, creamy taste. Cool Whip's the one.
My cold medicine almost got rid of my head cold.
It kind of held this thing in my chest.
Maybe your cold medicine's not working because it treats all colds the same. Introducing one that doesn't. New Bayer Select Cold Medicines. Powerful ingredients, so exacting to be more. Each goes after specific symptoms and for powerful relief. New aspirin-free Bayer Select targeted cold medicines. Exactly what's right for exactly what's wrong.
What other stores call a sale, we have every day. B&B Appliance, where you get the best price and more for your money.
Someone dies. An accident? An act of God? Perhaps, but maybe it's a wrongful death for which the family should be compensated. Billfield and Sandell can help you. Call us at 696-LAWS without obligation to discuss your case.
Coming up on the next Entertainment Tonight, he raced speedboats at 130 miles per hour. He was set on fire in the film Backdraft.
And if you think that's dangerous, wait till you hear what stunts Kurt Russell pulled off in his new film, Tombstone. Plus, could the Osmonds be making a comeback? Forget Donnie. Marie has teamed up with her son Stephen in The Sound of Music, and the critics are going wild. The hills are alive with The Sound of Osmonds on the next E.T.
Tonight at 7:30 on Channel 3.
Channel 3 reminds you to make a donation to any caring, sharing corner.
Tomorrow, when this woman lost 70 pounds, her family lost their patience.
I looked at myself in the mirror and I said, that's it. Well, I'm just a real bitch now.
I mean, you know this.
I know it, and I love it. She's impossible.
Plus, shocking news from Dak Rambo tomorrow. Breaking into the modeling industry is hard enough. I mean, if you live here in New York, it's hard enough. But how do you do it, for instance, if you live where you live, which is?
Toledo.
Toledo. What happens if you're from Toledo? Joining Eileen and Christie is the man who really discovered Christie Brinkley, CoverGirl executive Dick Hubner. Is that right? Did you really do it?
This is the man with the excellent taste.
This is the lady who's got it all.
Yeah. What was it? I mean, I can see it now, but what was it then?
With Christie, I think she explains herself. I mean, Christie is so wonderful. In looking for girls, for us in CoverGirl, is that there has to be a spirit. I mean, you can look like this, it's terrific, but the spirit behind it is so wonderful. I mean, and you've all seen Christie, she has a great sense of humor, and all of that comes out in the girl, and I think that's so important. I mean,
and like Eileen said before, you have to be able to see that in a face.
Yes, yes, and with us, in doing an ad, is that I was thinking, if the face can move the page, you know, when you're going through a magazine and you see it in that face,
that cover, girl face,
really has that look, and so there's something going on behind the eyes. There's a smile, there's an energy, there's an excitement, and they're aspirational, but they also have to be touchable in the sense of approachable, you know. And Christie's...
Tell that to my grandson again. She has to be touchable.
Why is that? Why are you saying that? Because he's involved in that?
No, because he's crazy about her and he's got her picture up on the wall of his bedroom.
Oh, I see. I got you. But let's say we're from Toledo, and I love Toledo. I mean, the producer of this particular show is from Toledo. Do you start going to the local department store? What do you do?
You can't do that.
Well, I get a lot of letters from girls in, you know, the far reaches of the country, and they're always asking me about these modeling schools, and I always advise them to avoid the modeling schools. It'll do nothing for you. It'll waste your time and your money and your energy. A good model agent, like the Ford Model Agency, which is the one that I recommend, after having tried a couple of them, they're honest, they know what they're looking for. All a girl really needs is one good photograph that her mom can take of her face.
You don't have to hire the photographer in the local town, then.
You can't do that. It just isn't going to work.
Let your mom take a picture of your face and one that shows your whole body. And really, a reputable agent like Eileen or Nina Blanchard on the West Coast, they'll be able to tell whether or not you have the potential. Anybody else is going to waste your time and your money.
The minute people start asking you for your money, you're in trouble.
Yeah.
There are a lot of people out there ready to take advantage.
We just had a girl come in, and she's staying with us, actually, and I said, well, how did we find you? And she said she'd paid $750 to some guy who told her that he'd give her these great pictures, which we promptly threw out. But we did take her, but we would have taken her if she hadn't given him a cent. He didn't have to bring her. He could walk in off the street.
So tell your mom to get the Kodak out and
out
take the picture.
there with that little Instamatic.
We'll take one last look at the 6 finalists, and the judges choose their Supermodel of America when we come right back.
Supermodel Kim Alexis, anchorwoman Paula Zahn, and actress Susan Rattan share secrets on how you can juggle both motherhood and career. On the next Donahue, how has giving birth changed their lives? How are they coping with being both celebrities and new moms? Mothers everywhere, don't miss this. Find out from celebrities how you can survive being working moms. Next, Donahue.
Today at 5 on Channel 3.
Year-end liquidation sale, Tom Raper, Richmond, Indiana. Incredible prices on new and used motorhomes. Travel trailers, fifth wheels, tent campers, truck campers. Cargo trailers, truck caps. Mobile homes, $99. Sectional homes, $179. Two-story homes. Now is your chance to buy below cost. Tom Raper, Midwest's largest, must reduce inventory by millions of dollars. Now, gigantic indoor showroom. Nobody beats Tom Raper's deal. Not now, not ever. Call free, 1-800-RAPER-RV.
Save today, Tom Raper's way.
When we build a Maglite flashlight, we craft the body from a single piece of aircraft aluminum. We seal each end with high-gray rubber O-rings. We give it a patented self-cleaning switch and a patented adjustable beam. The Maglite flashlight. Brighter, tougher, made in America, flawlessly engineered. The Maglite is a work of art that works.
This holiday season, give the gift of light with a Maglite flashlight.
Some nights, my husband Ben is out there for hours, in spite of his minor arthritis pain. When he has a flare-up, he takes Advil. For minor arthritis pain, doctors recommend Advil most. And Advil's gentler on his stomach than aspirin. He says Advil lets him get back to doing what he loves. And without the pain, he sleeps better. Says he wakes up feeling ready for another day. Advil, advanced medicine for pain.
Nothing takes the place of hard work. That's what my dad used to tell me when I was growing up here in Cleveland. I'm Bill Scafidi, General Manager at Channel 3. We've been working harder than ever to build a television station that cares about what you think. And now the results are in. More than 50,000 people just like you have switched to Channel 3 News in the past year. So I want to thank you for watching and calling. We're going to keep working hard because at Channel 3, we're building our station around you.
Before we take another look at our 6 finalists for Supermodel of America, we want to introduce our judges to find out what they're looking for today. Julie Campbell is the model editor for Sports Illustrated, very important person out there, believe me, and she's responsible for selecting the very sexy women who appear in the annual swimsuit issue. Nikki Swerow O'Brien is the model editor at Mademoiselle magazine, very important person, believe me. We all know about Mademoiselle, and of course Eileen Ford. They're all beautiful. I mean, you've been watching them, the two of you. What do you look for to separate?
Well, we're really in agreement. We've been convincing here that we look for something behind the eyes, animation, and intelligence.
Well, I mean, can you really see something behind the eyes? I mean, I used Tom Snyder, remember the old talk show host?
Very well.
I used to say, because his eyes always kind of jumped out at you, I always thought he had little flashlights behind his eyes somehow. I always figured that Tom had something going for him. So, but you look for this in someone.
Yes, absolutely. There's a certain sparkle, a certain animation that just comes through. It's a smile, it's a glow, she's bubbly. Okay. You see it.
Oh, I see. Now, do you remember 1 year ago, Tori, this is it. We had like the final little thing. And were you nervous?
Yes, I was nervous, very nervous.
You were? I can't imagine it. Why? Because you were in high school, right?
Oh, just because I was nervous. A lot of other girls had just as good chance as I did at the time.
Okay. Here they are, the 6 finalists. They're ready to walk our runway for the last time, each wearing a designed outfit, their best smile. So let's take a look.
You better work. You better work.
And lets it go straight to her head. We'll get all the sordid details tomorrow.
A promotional fee has been provided by...
Soup is delicious, gonna get me some. Honey pure, honey sweet, Soup Premium.
Finding the clues to a murder can be puzzling. Solve the puzzle and you solve the crime. Clue mystery puzzles. Solve them piece by piece.